Hi, this is Joe Rogan, and you should definitely subscribe to Dad's Only.
And it took only 20 minutes after we posted it for someone to call me fat and balding. Welcome to episode 2 of Dad's Only.
Dad's Only.
Dad's Only.
You know, we really need to get to 100 subscribers.
Yeah, we have
so we can pay somebody for a more official intro. That was really bad.
Yeah. All right, fine. Wait, I shouldn't rap the intro. Should I rap the intro?
If you want, you can rap the intro.
Something in mind?
No.
Dad's Only, the coolest podcast in the world. All right. Terribly cringe.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So, thanks for everyone that tuned in. I think we had over 2,000 views across all the different platforms.
Yeah.
Only 20 subs though on YouTube, which is 20% of our 100 subs that we were trying to get to in 1 week. But the most notable thing that unfortunately happened 20 minutes in to uploading the video was our first mean comment.
Yeah, as it turns out, we discovered that the internet is a very mean place.
So mean.
Yeah, we got one comment on our first video, and it took only 20 minutes after we posted it for someone to call me fat and balding.
Was it balding as well? I thought it was just fat.
It was also the balding nature.
Oh, there's
of
a
my
bald.
Yeah.
Fat.
Yeah. Good
How
stuff.
does that make you feel, doctor?
Well,
I mean, you're a doctor, right? Like, this is a prestigious profession that you're in, and having this internet troll just like come up to your face and like smack you 20 minutes in after the first upload.
Well, I've been on the internet a long time. I know people are mean jerks on the internet, but it's still 20 minutes was much more efficient in how mean people are. People are getting more efficient and more productive now.
Chef, have you ever made fun of anybody online?
I can't say no. However,
this guy actually has the sickest burns. It just comes out of nowhere, and it's really good. I'm still waiting for a burn. Actually, you know what? He had a burn. In fact, how all this got started was literally right before taping the first episode. Chef over here basically came up with this pretty sweet name for Doc, which is Chinese Santa.
well, he was wearing all red.
That is true. I was wearing all red for Chinese New Year's, so which is also why I looked fatter than usual. Because we had just eaten like a crap ton of food for Chinese New Year's. And so, yeah, I am fat. I'm a little chubby. I'm tubby. I'm dad bod, but still 20 minutes. I'm impressed by the speed of the meanness. I would like Miss Giggles, who posted this mean comment, to put like a picture of herself. I would like to see how great looking you are. Like you better have a 6-pack and like be perfect.
Look, I'll make another deal. And the deal is if we can get to 1,000 subs, 1,000 subs, I will personally fly Miss Giggles, assuming it's a she, because you don't know. You really don't know. This could be a slightly even larger gentleman from his mom's basement in Oklahoma. Like,
Yeah,
we don't know who Miss Giggles really is.
Who Giggles is.
Miss Giggles, if we get to 1,000 subs, I will personally fly you in so that you can have a one-on-one reconciliation session with Doctor. The thing I do wonder is, we're 3 hardworking dads, and we're really trying to make this work, right?
That's right.
Like, how many hours did you put in thinking about the content for episode 2 this week, Chef?
At least 3 hours.
Never mind.
All right. Well,
3 hours is a lot.
Fine, 3 hours. But I guess my point here is like, Chef had this other idea. It's like he was thinking about, hey, what if we were hot moms? Would we be at 20 subs if we were hot moms?
I think we'll be over like 10K right now. Maybe we should use AI to make ourselves look like hot moms.
It's crazy now. I think some dude in Japan
There was a guy out there.
Yeah, there's a guy in Japan who turned himself into a hot girl using one of those apps on your phone to like make you look better. He had like really long hair, but he was like a 50-year-old dude, and he turned
I don't know
himself.
if he was 50 years old.
I think he was 50
Okay.
years old, and he turned himself into like a hot like 20-year-old
Yeah.
chick and started an Instagram account.
It's all about consistency. It's about like you put 2 pictures out there, it's kind of fake. But when you like tell an entire life story on Instagram, every meal, every outing, and you're literally like effectively using AI to change your face from a 50-year-old dude to a 20-year-old girl, people start following you. They start believing
he
you.
actually built up like a huge following.
Yeah.
And then he revealed his true self.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So how hard is this? Like Chef has a tech background. So is this possible to do? Like, what do you need to do to make yourself or I guess doctor? I guess for doctor, it might be a little bit harder. We might need additional processing power to fix this thing over here.
Why am I the punching bag on this podcast?
I mean, we were
Like,
looking
how much
into
additional processing power do you think it will take?
At least an extra NVIDIA GPU. Yeah.
we're looking into Unity Live Sync or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
How does that work? Unity Live. What is that thing?
Unity
this?
Live. I don't know if it's called Unity Live Sync, but you have like a really realistic model in Unity or something.
And Unity is like one of these.
It's like a gaming engine.
gaming engine,
Like
okay.
like Fortnite is like on Unity,
Yeah.
and you basically it can map your face to that like face of the 3D model, and
Yeah, you could be anyone you
just
want to be. then.
anyone you want to be on the metaverse. It's like you can be anything you want.
What about the voice component?
I'm sure you can fix the voice too.
Yeah, I think they have these very advanced artificial intelligence programs now that can change your voice to anything you
Yeah?
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to sound like Joe Rogan.
Definitely
Chef is a huge,
Huge.
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan fan.
Huge.
It's
Joe
what
Rogan-
inspired this podcast.
That's right.
Hey Joe. If I'm not sure if you do this, but if you have a program where you have aspiring podcasters come out and learn from you directly how to do this entire business, Chef over here would love to participate.
We'll call him Sensei.
Sensei Joe Rogan, please let us learn your ways.
Hi, this is Joe Rogan, and you should definitely subscribe to Dad's Only and hit the like and notification buttons below.
On the topic of all this fancy tech stuff, people have already probably heard about this by now, but there's this thing called ChatGPT that has been taking the internet by storm.
Oh yeah.
You want to do a quick intro on what this thing is?
So ChatGPT is this new AI that I guess can write pretty much anything about anything. Almost as good as a real person can. Yeah.
It's basically like it's a text box, right? That you type in some prompt and out comes like results of some kind. How does it work? And why is it so like magical?
I mean, you need to try that yourself. It's at chat.openai.com.
Yeah, any listeners should actually try it. It's
Yeah.
like it's the next
Give
generation.
me an example. Like give me something that you've seen personally that you found very like it's like a wow moment for you.
I mean, people were trying to see if it can pass the bar exam or shit like that.
Oh,
You're literally
yeah.
taking like the questions for the bar
Yeah.
exam. You're pasting it into this
Right.
text box. You're pressing enter.
Yeah.
And this gives you the answer.
Right.
Yeah, they had this AI take the medical licensing exam that doctors take, and it passed that, and then it passed the MBA exam also. So it's really really good.
How much is this thing? Is it free?
I think it's free right now, and you can pay $42
You pay $42 for what?
so that you can use it anytime you want.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think they're limiting people to only using it when like no one else is using it. If you don't pay, and if you pay, you can use it whenever you want. But I think as dads,
Yeah.
right? Like this is gonna be such a thing with the homework for the kids and writing essays. Like
Right.
kids are using this already to cheat on their homework, of course, because I mean, why spend 5 hours writing an essay about Romeo and Juliet for English class when you could just ask ChatGPT to do it?
Probably do a better job.
So basically, it went out there and it aggregated every single instance of Romeo and Juliet, along with all the other similar essays. It basically read through everything in the past, and you're basically giving it a new prompt, and it's using its knowledge to auto-gen something that is reasonable and better. Is that, how does it work? Educate me.
What do you mean? How does it work?
How does this AI thing even work? There's a large language model.
So you probably feed. From my understanding, you feed in like a lot of like training data.
Yeah.
And what it does is basically, given the prompt, it's like outputting a token at a time, like a word at a time, and it's somehow is able to come up with some good shit.
Oh, it does it one single word.
Yeah, it's like
time.
given the previous like words, it's like what should the next word be, and it's just like token by token output.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So most of these modern AIs are sort of like a strange fill in the blank canvas sort of model where you ask an algorithm to basically hallucinate something that should be there. It's very hard to explain, but it's almost like I don't know if anyone here has ever used like Photoshop to fill in the blank part of the picture that's missing.
Yeah. You drag the thing over, it autofills.
Yeah, there's like an autofill tool, and what it would do would look at the rest of the photograph that you were editing, and then it would try to guess what should be there. But some of these newer generative AIs, they just you're basically asking it to imagine the entirety of the picture. But it's so essentially you're asking the algorithm to hallucinate what should be there. So and that's how it decides on the next pixel or the next.
So
word.
you have ChatGPT for text, effectively.
Yeah.
The hot moms idea, that's like another thing, right? It's not ChatGPT. It's like
No.
Mid Journey. What is that?
There's a few.
There's a few.
There's a few.
Doll Lee.
I don't
right?
know if those would work with like videos very well, but it's just like
That's right. We're in the video game.
That's true.
Not,
That's
not in
true.
the picture game.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Right now, these art AIs can draw pictures very well. There's Dolly by OpenAI. There's
Doll Lee is by OpenAI.
yeah, that's by OpenAI.
Interesting.
Stable.
Why is it called Doll E?
I think
It's
they're
like Wall-E, Dolly. Is
it's
that
a reference to Salvador Dali. Yeah, and also I guess Wall-E.
Wall-E?
because it's a robot.
Got
It's
Disney
like-
fan.
Yeah, it's like
Disney
it's like
fan.
Yeah, that is a Disney
It's
reference.
a Disney reference.
It's a Disney and Salvador Dali reference. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And then there's Midjourney.
Midjourney.
And then there's Stable Diffusion.
Oh, Midjourney, like their Discord server has like 10 million
Really?
people or something.
That's got to be
Yeah.
the biggest Discord.
How,
It-
how,
it
how
might
do
be the
these
biggest-
companies make money? Like, is Dolly free?
No, I think Midjourney costs money.
Midjourney costs money now.
Yeah, I think people are paying maybe $30 a month.
Oh, it's a flat fee. It's not
Yeah.
like the number of pictures you actually
I
generate.
don't actually know. I'm not paying.
I know Dolly, you get a certain number free per month, and then you pay for everything else.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then Stable Diffusion is actually, you can run it yourself. Yeah, it's the only one that you can run and train models yourself because it's totally open source. Actually, I don't know if Midjourney.
I don't know. Midjourney is open source. People are trying to reverse engineer by using the output and training a model based on the output of Midjourney or something like that.
Fascinating.
But I think the point is there's so many AIs now. They're doing images, writing.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the question is, should kids use this as a tool? You want to go first? I can take a side.
I don't know. What are
I'll
your
go first.
thoughts?
I absolutely do think kids should use this. I think that the most what's the word? The most innovative, the most cunning. I'm looking for a synonym here. Anyways, the most like, cutting edge kids on the cutting edge of tech, I'm sure are already doing this or using this on a daily, if not weekly basis. We're now entering a new era whereby there's AIs or other like watermarking features that people are discussing to see whether or not it's possible for a would-be teacher or would-be professor to catch AI answers.
Yeah, that's
How does that part work? Can you actually watermark this some way, somehow?
We saw a tweet. People say it can. Yeah.
But I guess my point here is,
Like, I think technically you can do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the way I view this thing as another tool. Like you have, remember our TI-83 calculators?
Yeah.
Remember that's
Yeah,
the,
when you
by the
had
way,
to
that's the
spend
best business.
$100.
The TI, the Texas Instrument 83 calculator business is the best business. Every single kid has one. Every single kid is
Overpaid horribly for
overpaid. Like literally, you're paying the same amount for that calculator as like a lightweight Android phone, right?
It's nowhere near an Android phone.
Right. and anyways, so like that's a tool,
Yeah.
right? Google for software engineers is a tool, right? You use Google.
Yeah.
People don't realize this, but I think for a lot of software engineers, like you don't just sit there and bang your head against the wall for 20 hours straight because you can't like find the solution. You Google it. It's a tool. So calculators are tools, search engines are tools. I think AI, if longer term, is also a tool. It's a tool that people have access to get jobs done. And in certain environments, I think it's best if you had access to the full suite of these tools. Do you know why? Because in real life, you have access to these tools.
Yeah. I don't see anywhere where they don't let you use a calculator at work.
Yeah. But the question is like, should the kids still learn to do everything the hard way first? Like, should you still be forced to learn to write, like really write correctly? Or is this just going to be the work of AIs from now on?
The way I see things is like, humanity has put in so much already into what effectively is the open internet. It's all these publications, every word, every creation, it's all out there for search engines and these AI tools to scrape and process. Imagine at some point, right, there's a paradigm shift over to, you know what, let's just rely on AI to do everything for us. Everything from that point onwards effectively is a regurgitation of something from before. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Will there be innovation after that point?
I think we don't know if the AI can actually come up with new ideas. Right now, based on what we have, it's
just
right. It's remixing.
right. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
remixing.
remixing the world.
I guess the danger is that like if everyone depends on AI, then going forward, there's no new idea.
Right.
And maybe at one point there will not be another Shakespeare.
That's a
I don't know.
sad and
Shakespeare.
that's a sad and deep thought from Chef over here.
So, Chef, the children need to not use calculators, is what you're saying.
Maybe they should learn the basics. Otherwise, it's kind of crazy. What if you just depend on, like, at some point, right? You just depend on these AI
For everything.
For everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen with these AIs, though,
But you don't know the fundamental. If you don't know the fundamental, how do you build advanced like technologies?
Right.
Yeah. I guess you still have to learn the basics. But I remember when I was a kid, we didn't even have Google. We didn't have Google yet because I'm old. And I'm 39.
Now you're just
39.
asking. Now you're just asking for it. Now you're just asking.
No, the kids out there don't know. The kids out there don't know. There was no Wikipedia. Okay, there was no Googling.
There's going to be hey, Giggles. Is there a ageist joke that's coming?
No, you gotta go.
Giggles, is there a
So back in the day, children, you had to walk to the library, and look up books through this Dewey Decimal System card filing cabinet and look up books one by one. And if you wanted to cite a newspaper article from like 10 years ago, you had to go get pictures on film of the newspapers in these huge reels. I sound like one of these guys from like 100 years ago.
You sound like 85 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in my day, we had to go and just dig through piles of newspapers and then find the article. But yeah, it's just like, obviously people are way more productive now, right? Like with the tools, you're not going to go back to the old system where you had to dig through, 10 floors in the library to get the 5 books that you needed to write an essay. But nonetheless, I guess the question is like, just how much do you have to learn to do by yourself? Like obviously walking around the library and digging through a filing cabinet is not a productive use of time for students, but like how much should the kids learn to do by themselves? Like how good do you have to be at writing an essay?
Right. Along these lines, let's talk about BuzzFeed for a bit. So BuzzFeed is this like comical internet blog / media outlet, quote unquote. And it went public. Was it through a SPAC or did it go public directly? Anyways, it went public and its stock basically went to like $1 or less than $1. And recently, over the last couple of days, I think the stock increased dramatically. It doubled. And it doubled because there was a report that BuzzFeed will start using ChatGPT to start writing articles.
Yeah, and not only that, I think they fired everybody.
Did they fire everybody?
Did they actually fire everybody?
Did they not? I thought that's why it went up, because they said they would fire everyone and replace them with ChatGPT.
So BuzzFeed, the company, it's basically an AI sitting in the back room cranking out articles for humans to consume. It's actually kind of crazy. And on this premise, you have these large companies out there like Costco with their like first party, branded good.
Yeah.
Like Kirkland signature, pretty good. Pretty good. Would you agree?
Yes, I like Kirkland's signature organic eggs. Because they're the only affordable eggs left on this planet.
It's a hot commodity.
It's a hot commodity right now, guys.
So Kirkland is Costco's brand. You have Amazon with Amazon Basic, right?
Right.
It's like the in-house brand. Imagine this, right? We're talking about dads doing podcasts. We're talking about, hey, what happens if we were moms, hot moms instead? OnlyFans obviously is one of these companies out there like making a killing, absolute killing over the last couple of years. Think about a world whereby OnlyFans, hypothetically, or one of these companies that rely on user-generated content, started using a combination of all of these AIs. ChatGPT for the tech stuff, you have some stuff for the video and some stuff for the audio, and you literally have effectively fake profiles or fake avatars that is the in-house brand for that media platform.
Oh, I was trying to figure out where you're going with
I was so confused. Put some question marks on my head.
I was like,
please.
what does Kirkland signature have to do with the OnlyFans?
Think about it. Isn't it crazy? It's actually kind of crazy. Like, how do you know we're actually
human?
Because if we were AI, it would have been more entertaining.
We would have been hot moms. Like, the AI would not create us.
Hold on. No, that's the thing. Like, if we were,
would you subscribe to our OnlyFans? Will you subscribe to the Dads Only OnlyFans?
Hey, Giggles, seriously, this is a question for Giggles. Would you subscribe to the Dads Only?
Probably not.
$10 a month. Support us.
I'm saying, like, if I were the AI, I'm putting myself in the AI's shoes. Creating
the
three.
The AI is not going to be the one creating it. It's humans behind.
That's what you say now.
Okay.
That's what you say now. But creating 3 hot moms to do a moms only podcast that gets to 100K subscribers after the first episode, that's a little bit too much, right? That's revealing.
Why is it too much?
No,
it's the entertainment that counts. Like no one cares about how it's being made as long as good content, entertaining.
Yeah, I guess. We were checking out. They have a podcast AI. The chef told me about this the other day. There's
podcast AI.
Yeah,
there's an
podcast.
AI
Oh, that's right.
Does the podcast, right?
And that the AI is like Joe Prime.
Yeah.
Wait. So the AI writes the
There's
script
an-
for the
Right,
podcast.
AI write the script and AI actually reads it out.
Yeah, there's an AI that mimics Joe Rogan. And it calls itself
Joe Prime. And he sounds like Joe Rogan. And that's why I'm like, I want to sound like Joe Rogan.
no.
We're going to redub my voice.
There's so much competition out there. We have.
Yeah. I think right now, though, it was kind of a boring podcast.
It was boring because it was just like summarizing papers in AI.
Yeah, the question is, can the AI be entertaining?
I think the AI can be entertaining. Next time, we will have the AI write the intro.
You know what?
And we'll see if it's entertaining.
We'll do that for future episodes, for certain segments. We're not going to tell you guys beforehand, but certain parts of future episodes will be written by AI, and we'll do a retro after.
You will know it's you will know it's written by AI because it's actually entertaining.
I think there's some self-confidence issues over here.
All right.
Chef.
No, think about it. The AI is being trained on the entire data sets of
Believe in yourself, Chef.
it's being trained
Believe in yourself. I
on
believe in
all
you.
the
I
data
think
in the internet. It's as if like a human can consume that data and output something. It's so powerful.
wow.
Even if you're reading books nonstop and you don't sleep, you wouldn't learn as much shit as like one of these AI
Yeah, the
models.
AI knows everything. It
knows a
literally
lot
can read
more.
everything in the entire world.
We're
Are we
pretty-
extinct? Are we going to go
I feel like we just started a podcast and like it's 2 episodes in, we're already like underscoring how this will end.
I don't think.
No, our value add is
What's our value add, Chef?
is basically like innovative thoughts that no one has thought about. Like AI is remixing things, but if you can come up with innovative ideas,
Yeah.
that is something that is not replaceable of this moment.
So I think these user generated content platforms, right? Like they currently depend on people like us, creators, to actually survive. I think every single UGC platform should start investing in their own AI tech to potentially create some artificial profiles and artificial creators. I think it'd be very interesting. Seriously, like imagine doing an experiment whereby like 3-4 years in, people realize, holy cow, that Instagram account or that OnlyFans account or that YouTube account, that creator was actually an AI.
Maybe the next Mr. Beast will be an AI.
Maybe.
It's like with AI, you can just optimize so many things. It's like, given that you understand all your audience, it's like, let's
basically
fix something
humans
that really
will be worthless meat bags.
no,
going forward.
that's not what I said. I said that.
I think that's what it is.
No,
they're going to be our doctors. They're going to pass the medical licensing exam. They're not going to need a doctor.
The
me.
lawyers definitely will be replaced. The lawyers out there, you definitely will be replaced. If you think about
Everyone's
what
gonna be
you do
replaced.
day in, day out, you
then
read a bunch of like
What will we do all day when the
coming
AIs
up
have
with
taken our
innovative
jobs?
thoughts, like you gotta be coming up with innovative ideas.
all right, let's keep on going.
All right.
One of the I think the most innovative ideas that at least I had, and I guess it's shared among folks in this room,
Is moving to Orlando?
is this concept of like picking up your bags, packing, and going to basically the middle of nowhere.
This is not the middle of
Basically,
nowhere.
middle of nowhere.
No, this is fucking great. It has been my dream to live near Disney World.
I think for a lot of people, when they approach me and ask, hey, shift manager. Yes, that's my name, shift manager.
He said Bucky this time.
Yeah, I'm
Went from McDonald's to Bucky.
I'm going through all the fast food chains and gas stations one by one. So it's like, where are you these days? And when I respond Orlando, like most people are like, what?
Yeah, why would you
What
move
the
to
F?
Orlando? They think there's nothing here except Disney World. Everybody thinks that nothing exists in Orlando except Disney World.
Even if that's the only thing, I would move here.
But seriously, Orlando it's like a huge metropolitan area now.
It's-
Between Orlando and Tampa, you have like 6-7 million people probably.
When I was 7 or 8 years old, and back then I actually did live in the deep South. I was one of the southern states, and the family drove its Toyota Corolla up I-95 into New York. I remember, like, my nose was pressed against the window, looking out there, looking at the 4 or 5 lanes of highway traffic on either side, mesmerizing at this metropolitan city that is New York City. And over the last, 20, 25, 30 years, a lot of the cities in the United States really have gone downhill, New York included, right? If you go and spend a day in the New York subway system in this middle of the summer, right? Especially if you stop in some of
you
the
experience a lot of unique smells.
unique everything, every sense in your, like literally every sense. Don't taste, except taste. Don't lick anything.
I'm sure it tastes bad. If you look.
Well, I don't know. You may be
It's a-
pleasantly surprised.
It's a full sensory experience, and it's absolutely nasty. But New York, compared to
its
some other
charm. It has
cities,
its
it has charms. But like, let's keep on comparing, right? Like, holy cow, San Francisco. Oh man! Not only does it have some of those negative qualities, but your physical life is in danger for a number of different reasons. I was in San Francisco for a number of years. I've had people try to steal my phone. I had people try to steal my backpack. I had a guy pull a actually loaded gun on me in the middle of the night. It is like the modern day Gotham City, right? Like these cities of the past in the United States. Little me looking at these cities, mesmerizing. Things have changed. Now, when I was driving into Orlando from the north, this was recent, right? I've been here for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I really got that same feeling I had when I was 7, right? The highway systems here are immaculate. Thank you, Governor. The street lamps all work. There is no trash, right? Piles of trash on random streets. There's no homeless people walking around trying to stab you, right? This is a very, up and coming city. And I think the infrastructure is absolutely amazing, along with, the things that you can do here.
Yeah, I do think with Orlando, they're constantly building, like they're trying to make things better constantly in Orlando. Like whether it's fixing the highway up so there's less traffic, or they're actually building a high-speed rail line. And it's actually a private project. It's the craziest thing. It's called Brightline. There's going to be a high-speed train between Orlando and Miami. I mean, like what other city has even built like a new high-speed train in like recent times? It's crazy. And it's all happening in Florida. And it's a private business, which is like an unheard of concept,
So Chef was the newest member to join this Orlando family that we have here. Talk to us about your DMV experience.
It was actually quite pleasant.
What?
It was very efficient.
Yeah.
You're
Compared to New York and
Yeah.
California, it's psychotically efficient.
You're able to
what?
make a reservation online, and you arrive on time, and you get your appointment, and they print out your driver license on the spot.
Yeah, it all happens in like one day.
Yeah.
I was
It's
shocked
not
too.
a temporary driver license, not a piece of paper. It's like a real card that you get.
Yeah, it's
In and
very
out,
efficient.
very fast. For me, it was the same experience. I was utterly like stunned when I went through that process myself.
Yeah, I think I figured out why. Actually,
Why?
It's because the tax collectors that run the DMV have to be reelected. And so people literally elect the person running the DMV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if the DMV is a horrible experience, they don't get reelected. So thank you, Scott Randolph, Orange County tax collector.
Thank you, Scott.
You're doing a great job.
What about some unforeseen things moving to Orlando? Were there things that let's take both sides, right? Let's be fair
good
with
and
these
bad.
conversations. There's always good, there's always bad. Let's talk about some of the things that were unforeseen.
Yeah. We said so many good things. People probably think it's like a paid advertisement or something like that.
We don't have any sponsors,
but if the city of Orlando wants to sponsor us,
or if Fun Spot, hey Fun Spot, if you want to sponsor us, please let us know.
yeah. Anyways, I think there is like a huge ants problem here. I woke up this morning. There were
Huge what?
ants.
Oh man,
Ants may be actually the most populous creature on the planet.
Well,
right?
but
like
I have never woke up to like a bunch of ants on my desk.
what did you have out on your desk?
Absolutely nothing. They're crawling on my computer and my monitor.
oh, is this recent?
It's recent. It's this morning.
No. But you've had ant problems in the past.
But not okay. Previously, it was
What
my
did you-
fault.
yeah, what
I
did
bought
you
some
do?
Krispy Kreme. It was
That's why.
It was in the box. It was in the box.
So yeah, the one thing about moving to Florida, people, if you do choose to move down here, which I think the rest of Florida may not want you to come here, but since we did come, you have to get ready to battle the critters. You have to get ready to battle the insects. Whether that's paying someone to poison the land. Or doing it yourself, you will have to take the fight to the ants.
Look, Chef, I think it's your fault, right? It's
my fault?
You literally
For buying Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, it's your
Yeah. But
You
but
left-
after they've invaded, you have to kill them. You have to murder them.
it was in the box.
Doesn't matter if it's in a box. Is the box airtight?
It's not airtight.
Exactly.
But this
There-
doesn't happen anywhere else.
They have these scouter ants. They literally like walk in
They
random
go
directions.
everywhere. Yeah,
they literally.
if they see one thing, if they find, they tell the whole colony to come on in.
That's right. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of these.
I basically found a colony in my Krispy Kreme
Yeah, you
donut
have to
box.
buy some ant bait.
And
Okay.
the reason why you still have ants is because literally a couple of days back, one of the ants found entire donuts,
And they're still here.
and they're still they want to find more
they don't
donuts.
leave
There's no more
unless you
f***ing
poison
donuts in my house because I threw it away.
But they still think there's donuts.
Well, no
Yeah.
more f***ing donuts going forward.
You have to
Put the food in the fridge,
Put your
and
foot in the
or
fridge.
get one
You
of
gotta
the.
It
clean
will
up,
taste nasty if you put Krispy Kreme in your fridge. How are you gonna eat it tomorrow?
Hey,
the next
Krispy
day?
Kreme, we would also like you guys to sponsor
Everybody, just give us money, please. Thank you.
or subscribe. Please subscribe. Like,
Or
we have-
send us free donuts.
have 20
I'll eat
subscribers.
free donuts.
it's really sad. 20 subscribers.
It's quite sad. I'm not sure why we're still doing
At
it.
least 21 subscribers.
So what else? Are there any other like unforeseen things moving here?
Well, I will say people in Orlando are aggressive drivers. If you're from a part of the country where people are not aggressive drivers. Now I moved here from New York, and so I was actually quite used to crazy people cutting me off and getting into road rage incidents. every other day.
You know why that's the case? I don't think it's actual like Orlando residents.
You think it's the tourists?
It's the tourists.
There's definitely
It's absolutely
there's
the
definitely
tourists.
some tourists, but there are also some locals.
There's some
like to
locals?
go 95.
The
in a
tourists
65.
with their rental vehicles or rental SUVs, like the moms screaming at the dad, "You went the wrong way!" Blah blah blah. Yeah, things.
I
things
will tell
happen.
you, I have seen the tourists miss an exit very frequently
and cut like 4 lanes.
and then cut across.
Yeah.
Doing 80
Stop it.
suddenly.
Stop it.
Don't do that. Just take the next exit, loop around. There's not really that much traffic here in Orlando. It'll take 10 minutes. Just please do not swerve 5 lanes across the highway doing 80 and nearly murder me. So yeah, if you're not used to aggressive drivers, that is something to be aware of. But I would say it's about the same as, it's not as bad as New York City or Los Angeles or anything like that.
Is there a third item on this list? besides ants and aggressive drivers?
Well, it's well, what else? What else should you know about Orlando?
Look, overall though, like it's an amazing place. Again, this is from a person that lived in the deep south, lived in up and down the East Coast, and up and down the West Coast. I've been to a number of different cities over the last couple decades of my life, and frankly, this is the place where I plan on staying. And for those who have this idea of, oh, someday I'm going to retire in Florida, right? A lot of folks, especially in the bigger cities up north, have this concept of, at some point, when I make enough money, when I'm ready to retire, I'll go to Florida, I'll buy a house and settle down in retirement. My recommendation is come here now. At the very least, come here, buy a house here, and just let it ride. Because when you actually retire, guess what? The real estate here is going to be very different than today.
Incredibly,
You sound
it's
like a
already
real estate
incredibly
agent.
I am not a real estate agent.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll become real estate.
Maybe,
agents. Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
we'll see.
This is a great market.
I mean, if we don't get to 100 subscribers, we'll have to do something else, right?
Yes.
No, we're gonna persevere.
We're gonna persevere. We're
And
gonna
keep- and
get
keep-
1,000 subscribers.
And just keep
1,000.
All right. Let's go on to the next topic, which is cars. Right. This is a dad podcast. What's a dad podcast without talking about cars?
Cool cars. No, not cool cars. Dad cars. Family cars. What should you drive your family around in? What is the best car to lug the crew around with?
Should we start with Chef? So Chef doesn't like to drive very much.
Yeah, I don't like to drive.
Oh, you don't?
I
doesn't.
do not. But even though I am really pissed off at Elon, I think that Model Y has been really great. It's a great product.
Yeah. So in the last episode, we talked about how Elon Musk rugged the Chef. And so he's still a little angry about
Yeah.
that.
I wish I could depreciate the entire car in one go.
How would you do that? Run into a tree? You want to depreciate the car in one go?
No.
They're only going to pay you the new price, though, even if you did the whole.
Just kidding.
Why is the Model Y a good car for the family?
I like the camera system. You can just see like what's happening, and it also, like when you're driving, it actually records on all the camera.
Oh.
There was like an accident. Like I didn't get in the accident, but like I was on the left turn, and like the car behind me like blew their tires, and just like there was an accident. And yeah, so I was able to like record the entire incident and provide a clip to the person.
Oh, you actually
were
stopped.
a good Samaritan.
I actually stopped.
Oh, look
I,
at
I was
this.
like, oh shit, like, are they okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
I stopped and then asked like the lady, it's like, dude, are you okay? And then like, I was like, oh, I have the entire footage. Do you need it?
Oh,
Chef is
wow.
not the mean one here.
He's a good Samaritan.
He is a good Samaritan.
Pulled over and gave the. Yeah, that's very nice.
That's a lot of work.
I don't even know if I would have noticed if someone behind me like got in an accident. That's like, how did you notice?
I mean, you can hear it.
Oh, okay.
like-
That was a bad accident.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's not like a scratch.
Not like
What-
a
what-
love tap.
What other? What?
Love tap.
What's a love tap?
Where you gently bump the bumper of another person.
Is this a New York thing?
Yes. It's how people parallel park in New York City. They'll just like smash into the bumper of the person in front and the person in back until they get into these super tight spots.
And how do they get out?
They keep bumping you.
They bump you again? They tap you again?
They may pull forward.
Yeah.
They turn the wheel all the way to the left.
Right.
They pull forward until they tap you. They turn it all the way to the right. They pull back until they tap the person behind them. And they just keep doing it. And you'll see cars with like 800 scratches on the bumpers on the front and the back.
On the next episode of Dad's Only,
Love tap.
love taps.
Taps. Yeah, but okay, back on topic. What is the best family car? So Chef got the Model Y. That's like a SUV crossover,
Yeah,
like a little
yeah.
small.
It's also very spacious.
pseudo SUV. It's spacious. That's good. So you could fit how many people in that?
5.
5 people.
I think you can fit 7 if you get the 7.
That's right. There's a 7-seater
Seater.
version, but it's pretty
very
tight.
cramped.
It's pretty tight.
I don't know about that.
So far, five out of 5 stars for the Model Y.
So you like the Model Y as a family
Like I
car?
would say 4.5.
Oh, 4.5. Is the
4.5.
what's the 0.5? Is that the rug part?
Like the interior is not
the
really
interior
it's
is-
like not really
Okay,
luxurious.
that's the 0.5.
for like a car this price.
Yeah.
Maybe not if it's 45,000, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's it'd be
Yeah.
probably if you can get it at the new price,
It's a pretty good deal.
It's a 5-star.
It's a pretty good
It's a
deal
5-star. That's good.
at the current price. So my story with respect to cars, I was driving a Maserati in my past life.
Nice.
Past life. This is before the kid.
Before the kid.
And I made a pact to myself when I was 15 years old that I will never drive a minivan. And
Wait, why did you make this pack?
because
What's wrong with the minivan?
minivan's so bad. Like it's just like that's when when you get to a point where you realize, you know what? F it. I'm giving up. That's when you buy a minivan. That's when you buy a minivan. So the 15-year-old me, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to conquer society, to really crush it, right? The minivan was just like, an absolute no-go. The problem is, kids, you get married. And after you get married, you have this thing called a wife. And the wife is always right. You don't want to fight with the
The
wife.
wife is always right. Well, actually,
Wait, what? I can't wait to invite Doctor's significant other on this show. It would be
Sorry,
like a straight up
Bloodbath.
one hour of just beating.
Cannot wait.
well, we'll talk about the car.
So anyways, like, young me had a huge disdain for minivans. And when we got to Orlando, due to a number of different reasons, I had to basically move the Maserati somewhere else. And I was coerced into getting a minivan. Now the minivan, there after driving it for 2 years, there are perks, right? It's not a luxury vehicle. You don't have to baby it, right? And that gives you a lot of confidence when you're walking into the minivan with 2 ice cream cones, like a open can of soda. When you're walking from the beach,
it's not as precious
and your
as what
entire
you're saying.
body is covered in sand. Fun fact: during the summer months, the bottom, like the floor of the minivan, it's basically a sandy beach. Literally, the bottom of the minivan it's sand.
Oh no!
It's sand. It's literally
I
sand.
vacuum
It's-
like
it's sand.
fastidiously every time. Every time I get back from the beach,
It's just
bust out
sand.
the shop vacuum.
And then like I cleaned it once, and the seats are really easy to fold and whatever. I got the seats out, and underneath I found your collection of dried up strawberries, your blueberries, your yogurt container wrapper things. It's
I'm
Anyways,
surprised you don't have ants.
yeah,
why don't
I have
I
a
have
story
ants?
about that.
Why?
why don't I have ants?
I had a rental car while my
ants?
car was being repaired, and it was full of ants in
Oh, man.
Orlando. Yeah, it was completely overrun by ants. As I was driving, I just started seeing ants crawling on the steering wheel. I was like, "What happened to this rental car?"
But look, after basically, gun to my head, forced to drive this
Forced
thing.
into driving a Honda Odyssey.
It's okay.
The worst punishment.
It's okay. I tried. So like these gentlemen have both of them have Teslas. I've tried, drag racing. A minivan versus a Tesla. Fun fact, or for the record, it's not a fun time. I had it in sport mode. I was flooring it, and this guy just breezed by me.
No.
The title of this short should be Wreck. From Maserati to minivan.
Well, at least your seatbelt works. My Tesla's seatbelt recently malfunctioned.
Wait, how does a seatbelt malfunction?
I don't know.
Your
Elon,
seatbelt
can you
malfunction?
explain why my seatbelt supplemental restraint system has failed?
What? Why is there a computer attached to the seatbelt? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it's supposed to tell it to tighten the seatbelt if you're about to crash. Yeah, and that computer has gone kaput. So
Which seat is this?
this is the driver's seat. So I cannot drive my Tesla. No
For
Tesla
real?
for me. For real.
Are you gonna get it fixed?
Yeah, I'm waiting. They're gonna come and check it out next week.
They're gonna come to your house to
Yeah.
fix it.
So the nice thing about
Oh,
Tesla
wow.
is they come to your house a lot.
Dang.
If it's something they can do at your house. So
Why don't they
hopefully
want?
they'll fix it?
Why don't they have you bring it into the shop?
Oh, because they're too busy. Yeah,
I
they
see.
don't. They're like so overwhelmed. They just hire people to come to your house and fix things. But that's actually pretty nice. That's
Yeah.
actually a nice part of it.
It's a nice perk.
It
So-
feels nice.
So in summary, minivans, I would give 3 out of 5 stars. The 3 stars are for, not having to give a shit about what you do with the car. The lack of the 2 stars is, I have given
Wait,
up on life.
you used a 4-star scale.
No, 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Oh,
5 stars.
But if you don't want to give a shit, the other way is to just make a shit ton of money. So you can you have ice cream
Wow.
in your Maserati.
Meow.
Whoa,
Meow.
whoa! Life goals.
Life goals.
Eating
Chef.
ice cream in a Maserati.
This guy has come to life. 51 minutes into the podcast.
It's a little late.
This
oh god.
51 minutes into the podcast, this guy has come to life. Finally.
All right. So
All right.
my pick for family car, even though you said I had a Tesla, which is technically true, but
He has multiple cars. Multiple cars.
you have multiple cars too. But anyways, I bought a Tesla Model 3 when I had a kid, like when me and my wife had a kid. And as it turns out, when the kid is born, the child seats are quite large. Especially when the kids' seats are rear facing. They took up so much room that I could not fit in the passenger side of my own car. So, so if my wife was trying to drive, I had no leg room.
You are literally asking for it.
What?
You are literally asking for it. Just think about it. Think about what you just said. Think about what you just said.
No, when my wife was driving, so I would be
Yeah.
on the passenger
Right,
side. I
right.
had no leg room
Because
because the kid is located behind me.
because
Because it wouldn't fit behind me if I was in the driver's seat. Like, do you? What do you? This doesn't make any. No.
enough people have fallen fat over the last couple of weeks. Now he gets it.
I had no
Now he
leg
gets
room.
it.
I had no leg room. Gee, what?
I bet I could have fit.
People. you could not fit. No, if I can't fit, this guy can fit. You're taller than me.
Okay, all right.
Not only is he taller than me, he eats way more White Castle burgers than me.
We'll talk about White Castle on episode 3,
On another Orlando episode.
the largest White Castle in the world. Hey, White Castle, if you want to sponsor,
Give him a franchise.
Yeah,
He's
give-
wanted a White Castle franchise
Please.
since he was a little boy.
Please.
No joke.
Childhood dream.
Childhood dream.
back to your car.
All right. Anyways, we did not fit all that well in this car, was my point. And so when I moved here to Florida, everyone here drives a pickup truck. It's like we're in the South. Everyone loves pickup trucks. So I'm like, I should get a pickup truck as a family car.
Yes.
So I bought an F-150, and my wife hates it.
Why does she hate it? Is it too big or what?
She just hates the idea of this super huge monstrosity of a vehicle. But I, on the other hand, kind of loved it. Yeah, I kind of love it. I do love it.
Is it a good family car?
I actually think it's a great family car. There's tons of leg room in the back. It's really wide, so you actually seat 3 people in the back, and they're not cramped. And so you can actually very comfortably fit 5 people. And during the summertime, we like to go to the beach. And because it's a truck, I can just throw stuff in the back. And, I'll throw like a canopy, the barbecue.
Throw the
chairs,
barbecue in the
whatever.
back.
Like a little mini one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And you could go to the beach with all your crap.
We should do a podcast on the beach one of these days.
Oh, that's true. The
We're
dad's
gonna have
only.
to set up here.
Then we'll definitely be called fat.
We'll figure it out. So how many stars? What's the rating for the car?
I think it's like a solid 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Why is it not a 5?
I'm gonna
out of
take
5?
1 star off because I will say the ride quality is more like a truck. And so, if you're used to like a super cush Maserati ride, it's not going to be that. It's going to be more like, like when you're on a school bus when you're a kid. Not that bad.
You might also have trouble
Not that
getting
bad.
into gated communities.
So four out of 5 stars for the Ford F-150, 3 out of 5 for Honda Odyssey, my personal opinion, and 4.5 out of 5 for Tesla Model Y.
I guess
Also,
the Tesla Model
acceleration
Y.
is really great.
Yeah.
All right. Let's skip to the last topic here, which is who put this topic? I don't even get what's
White
going
rice.
on. What?
So this is a dad topic. It's a kid's child safety topic
About white rice.
about white rice.
What the?
Chef, this is your topic.
It's very appropriate. Yeah.
Well,
Let's talk about white rice.
you're not supposed to let your kid eat too much white rice because there's like arsenic.
What?
Yeah. So as it turns out,
There's
because-
arsenic in white rice?
Yes, there's a lot of
Bullshit.
arsenic in rice.
Yeah. And there's even more if you want brown rice. You think it's better, but it's not.
Yeah.
I
this
hate
is all
brown
true.
rice.
This is all
Well,
true.
well, that's good because
Have people tested this? Like literally taken a bowl of white rice?
In fact, the governments of some countries actually say that you shouldn't eat more than a certain amount of rice if you're a kid. Yeah.
That is completely against the entire
Asian
culture.
Yeah, where you eat rice from the minute you're born.
That's what I ate since the very beginning. What do you mean you can't eat white rice?
Well, you can eat white rice, but you're not supposed to give it to children more than like a couple times a week. Yeah, to keep the arsenic exposure low because they can actually lose IQ points from eating too much arsenic. It hurts brain development.
Is that actually true?
Yeah, it's true.
it's coming from the doctor. You gotta trust the doctor.
This is the doctor's segment on arsenic. Are you poisoning your children with white rice?
Oh my lord.
Yeah, no. What it is rice is grown by putting like a ton of water, in like these rice paddies.
Yeah.
And so when you do that, a lot of the stuff from deep down in the soil will come up into the rice. And so one of those things that comes up is arsenic. And the reason why brown rice has even more arsenic is because they didn't take off the
Husk.
the outside of the rice. And so that actually contains a lot of the arsenic. But you can eat rice. You can eat rice. There's a way to get rid of the arsenic.
You cook the rice in a rice cooker. Does that work?
Well,
How do you get rid of arsenic?
you have to boil the rice in boiling water for like 5 minutes first, then drain it out, and that'll get rid of most of the arsenic. And then you then cook it again. So it's a lot of work. Or just eat it once or twice a week and eat something else the other day.
I don't believe you, but okay.
But would you notice if you had lost 2 IQ points?
Yes.
So I mean, the good news is it doesn't impact brain development that much. Most of the studies seem to suggest a very small drop in your IQ, maybe like 2% or something like that. So if you have 100 IQ, you may lose 2 points. Like I'm not really sure.
What's a good IQ?
I don't know. Like,
What's a good IQ?
What do you want to do?
No, I'm saying like what's the range? Like a good credit score is like 850,
well,
right?
the average is a little bit over 100 these days in America.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, there's a worldwide average, and
Yeah.
there's
Well,
an
what's the
average for
worldwide
America.
average?
I think it's a little lower because there's less education in some places. Yeah. So in countries with actual educational systems, the IQ is usually a little bit above the global average.
And then you lose 2 from eating rice.
Then you lose 2 from eating your rice.
I wonder if there's other things that has arsenic. If rice has arsenic, does wheat have arsenic? Does bread have arsenic?
I don't know.
Not as much arsenic.
Where did you get this information from?
Well, he got it from Joe Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I got it from reading too much about what can impact your child's IQ. Yeah.
why were you Googling what can impact a child's IQ?
What do you mean? You have to support your children's IQ. You shouldn't give them
You actually
too much.
you actually Googled for this?
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to raise your kids without
good
making
dad.
sure you optimize their nutrition?
See,
Jeez.
this is the difference between working at a fast food restaurant and versus working at a hospital.
No, I like to read up on what helps kids develop their brains, and
Do you have aspiration to start a school?
maybe someday. Yeah, maybe someday.
Future topic. All right. We're at the hour mark. That was episode 2
Yeah.
of Dads Only.
Do you think we've improved since episode 1, or have we gone horribly downhill?
Please let us know down below.